Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the G20 Group Energy Ministers meeting in Goa via video conferencing. He said that India has received encouraging response to its global grid proposal, an initiative to build a transnational grid to enhance energy security from other countries. He pointed out that India is among the global leaders in solar and wind power and is making great efforts in green growth and energy transition. India now plans to achieve 50% non-fossil installed capacity by the year 2030. Several agreements were signed between India and Sri Lanka in the presence of PM Narendra Modi and Sri Lankan President Ranil Vikramasinghe, including network-to-network agreements for the UPI acceptance in Sri Lanka and enhancement of air connectivity between India and Sri Lanka. Both leaders also discussed issues related to the livelihood of fishermen and agreed to go ahead with the matter with a humane approach. Modi also spoke about reconstruction and reconciliation in Sri Lanka. Isro's Chandrayaan-3 achieved a major milestone with its fourth orbit-raising maneuver. The maneuver, known as Earthbound Perigee firing executed from Bengaluru's Isro Telemetry Tracking and Command Network, brings India's lunar mission one step closer to the moon. The next firing on July 25, 2023 will advance the mission's progress further. The successful execution of the fourth orbit-raising maneuver follows the third one, marking significant progress in India's ambitious space exploration. Amid rising tensions, South Korea has warned North Korea that any nuclear attack would result in the end of regime led by Kim Jong-un. The warning came after Pyongyang threatened nuclear retaliation for the increasing presence of US military on the peninsula. North Korea claims the legal requirements for using its nuclear weapons have been met by the arrival of nuclear-capable US submarine and other strategic assets in waters of the Korean peninsula. In a targeted intelligence attack by Beijing, Chinese hackers breached the email accounts of the US Ambassador to China, Nicholas Burns, and Assistant Secretary of State for East Asia, Daniel Crittenbrink, who accompanied Secretary of State Antony Blinken to China recently. This incident is not the first security attack by Chinese hackers who have breached US accounts. Microsoft had previously reported similar attacks by China aimed at gathering information about the US by gaining access to various government email accounts. Amid escalating tensions, Kyiv and Moscow both warned each other regarding ships traveling Russian-controlled ports in the Black Sea. In response to threats from Moscow, Kyiv cautioned that vessels visiting these ports may be viewed as carrying military cargo with all the relevant risks. The Russian Defense Ministry stated that it would consider all ships en route to Ukraine as potentially transporting military cargo on behalf of Kyiv, with the flag countries being considered parties in the conflict. A Varanasi court gave its nod to the scientific survey by the Archaeological Survey of India of the Gyanvapi Mosque premises, excluding the Vazu tank that has the shivling-like structure. That area has been sealed and the matter is in Supreme Court. The court pronounced its order on a petition filed by the Hindu side seeking direction for the survey. The court fixed August 4 as the next date of hearing, asking the ASI to file a report. Monsoon rains have wreaked havoc in several states including Maharashtra, Gujarat, Odisha and Uttarakhand. The India Meteorological Department has warned of more heavy rains in part of these states. Meanwhile, in Delhi, life has once again come to a standstill as the water level of the river Yamuna is inching closer to the danger mark. Hundreds of people affected by the floods were seen taking shelter in relief camps near Signature Bridge. Inter Miami co-owner David Beckham got emotional as Lionel Messi scored a stoppage time winner on his Major League Soccer debut. Messi's stunning performance included a memorable free-kick goal from 25 yards, leading to a 2-1 victory over Mexican club Cruz Azul in the League's Cup on Friday night. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner's remarkable debut will be etched in the club's history. Australia's state of Victoria has withdrawn from hosting the 2026 Commonwealth Games due to projected cost overruns. State Premier Dan Andrews stated that the budgeted $2.6 billion State Premier Dan Andrews stated that the budgeted $2.6 billion could escalate over $7 billion if the event proceeded as planned, which he deemed unreasonably high. The cancellation has cast doubt in the future of the quadrennial multi-sport gathering, leaving organizers in a scramble to salvage the event. In a shocking move for Indian movie buffs, Netflix began cracking down on password sharing in the country. Users are receiving emails from OTT platforms stating accounts are strictly for household members, and if anybody else outside their household is using their account, they must transfer their profile to a new account for which they will have to pay. Accessing accounts of friends or relatives will no longer be allowed, requiring individual subscriptions to continue streaming. Sharing privileges will be revoked, forcing non-subscribers to log out of the account. India's Tata Group will construct an electric vehicle plant in the UK to supply its Jaguar Land Rover factories in a major boost for the car industry in need of domestic battery production to help secure its future. With an investment of $5.2 billion, the company's first gigafactory outside India will create up to 4,000 jobs, producing an initial output of 40 gigawatt hours. This move is significant for the UK's car industry, which has trailed behind its European counterparts in establishing electric vehicle battery gigafactories and is trying to catch up in the global race to build electric vehicles. As the world grapples with fires, health warnings, and soaring temperatures, NASA's top climatologist Gavin Schmidt issued a dire warning that July 2023 is likely to become the hottest month in hundreds, if not thousands of years. He stated that the world is seeing unprecedented changes in the climate patterns, with widespread heat waves in the US, Europe, and China already breaking records. Pop star Shakira is facing more legal trouble as a Spanish court agreed to open a new probe into second case of alleged income tax fraud by the Colombian music superstar. The 46-year-old singer is already set to face trial at the end of this year in Spain for allegedly failing to pay 14.5 million euros in taxes on income earned between 2012 to 14. Prosecutors have requested an 8-year sentence and fine of 24 million euros in the first case after Shakira rejected a plea deal over the accusations of tax evasion. Pop icon and songwriter Taylor Swift has been named the honorary title of Mayor of Santa Clara, California, with the city temporarily renamed as Swiftie Clara during her upcoming tour visit. Current Mayor Lisa Gilmore has proclaimed this honor to recognize Swift's cultural impact to promote the city. The singer's sold-out concerts at Levi Stadium on July 28 and 29 will be celebrated with this special tribute by the City Council.